we did like altar boys and stuff like that. Like we were the altar boys. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to episode 12
Well,
of the Circling Thoughts podcast. I am Gustavo,
what up, y'all? Javi.
and welcome.
Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yeah, 12 episodes. It's kind of crazy, kind of not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's 3 months, 4 weeks in a month. 3 months.
I mean, it's consistent, if anything.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to pop this podcast off with a question, a little scenario. All right, would you, choose immortality on the condition you couldn't ever die? It means you can't kill yourself, right? And there's no way for you to die. You're just actually immortal forever.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do it or no?
I would.
You would?
Just because it's like a hypothetical
Yeah.
scenario. So, yeah, why not? I mean,
Well, I mean, you gotta think about. I mean, there's one day where like the universe won't exist. It'll just be black, right?
you think so?
No, there is for sure. That's how it'll be. That's science.
For sure. Which I'm not for all science.
What do you mean? The sun's gonna die out eventually. All the stars will eventually die out, and there'll be nothing in the universe. It's just black. So you'll be existing in that blackness.
Well, in this scenario,
It's science, but yeah,
is this, I mean, well, not necessarily.
yeah, it is. Look it up.
Well, okay.
Because everything, I mean, energy, all energy is gonna be expelled at some point, and it all dies off.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think souls are energy. I don't think they'll die off.
I mean,
I think souls live on.
That's from a like religious standpoint. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Like in your scenario, hypothetically, like I would to an extent live forever if I just to do it, you know. But
yeah, I'm saying your body
I would
and
still
everything.
have a soul, and that's like I'm thinking. The reason why I said it is like hypothetically speaking, if you know what I believe in is like Jesus returns, then like he'll take my soul when that time may come. So like it could be 1,000 more years, it could be 100 more years, it could be in 10 years time.
Okay, well, I guess yeah, that could work.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll live as long as possible until he came back. Like, yo, what up, Jesus? Mom, I've been waiting for you, bro.
Well, it's funny. Did you know there's actually an animal that is biologically it is immortal? Did you know that or no?
No, what animal is that?
Just guess. Like just
A turtle.
wrong. A turtle.
You say guess, I'm just throwing a guess out.
That's your best guess. All right, we'll go another step. Is it a land animal or a sea animal?
You should tell me that. Then I guess.
I want you to guess.
Okay,
one.
is it gonna be it's gonna be a land animal?
No, sorry.
Okay, it's lots of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next guess.
Well, I guess turtle. So you should just
It's
tell
a
me.
jellyfish.
Jellyfish is
Yeah.
immortal.
So yeah, this specific species of jellyfish, it actually has a nickname, the immortal jellyfish, as well as the scarlet jellyfish.
So how will they know if they are immortal?
Yeah. So basically,
Because we are humans, we have a life expectancy.
yeah.
or
So
whatever.
basically, these jellyfish, they've actually, it's crazy because like every few years there'll be like articles that go viral about this jellyfish and people will talk about it, and it actually has been studied for a long time. But there's this one guy in particular from Japan actually. His name is, I believe, Shin Kubota, something along those lines.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Anyways, he's been studying them since 1976.
Okay, so that's what 50 years. 44, 46.
Something like that. Anyways, yeah, that's one guy though. One
Yeah.
guy. He's basically, I don't know if he's dedicated his life, but he's really into jellyfish, right?
Mhm.
He's been studying them, and so the way they know essentially it's been seen like in lab tests, not lab tests, but it hasn't. I don't think.
Experiments.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if they've said that it has been seen in like the wild because it's like kind of a quick process.
Yeah.
But essentially, when it's in adulthood, it can revert to a prepubescent period. So like it's an adult, and then it goes back to being like before puberty in human sense, right?
Yeah.
And
And they can do that
pretty
infinite times.
Yeah, theoretically, I think it. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
I mean, it can't like die and come back to life, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if it's like an adult, right, it can revert back to it. It's a good way to think about it. Would be
I
like,
wonder if it like consciously does that.
yeah, I think to a degree, because a lot of times it'll do it if it encounters disease or old age, right? So it's kind of like if a butterfly right, was like had the same, it can do the same thing as this jellyfish. It's like it would be a butterfly reverting to a caterpillar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, cocoon, butterfly. And then it does the process again. Caterpillar, cocoon, and it can do that countless times.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so say hypothetically speaking, you could live to be 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 100 years of life.
Yeah.
Okay, would you rather live to be like birth, like so 0 to 50, and then back to 0, or just from 0 to straight to 100?
Do I keep all of my prior knowledge from the first set of 50? Like by the time I'm able to
Yeah.
like function and inform thoughts, will I regain the thoughts that I had from the previous 50?
Yeah, you get to keep your thoughts, but as you get younger, you obviously you'll lose. What's the word I'm looking for? You'll lose like luxuries such as being able to drive because
Well,
you're
yeah,
16
obvious
or 18.
stuff like that. Yeah, but
Yeah, so
So you're saying
you
you-
kept your knowledge
you hit 50
and
and then
you started going back to 49, but you kept all your knowledge.
oh, you're saying you go back like
Yeah.
incrementally.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you say like
Until
you.
you're back to 0.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Or would you rather live to be 100 and you would then experience the old age? I mean, that's something that we don't know about. We're young. We're not.
I think I would say I would just go. I'm for sure living 100 years though.
Yeah, like you had like.
I think I would go the straight 100
Okay.
instead of reverting back, because I think I don't know. I think it'd be kind of weird to see everyone close to you like getting older and you're going back to getting young, and then like you start seeing people. I guess even if you're old, they would die anyway. But still, I feel like it would just be odd being young and seeing other people get older. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
To an
yeah, I think I
extent,
would
yeah.
just go the full 100 in a row.
Yeah. Okay. And me, I think I would. I'll probably go 50 then back
Excuse me.
to 0.
Would you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'd be cool because you go back to like your physical peak
Yeah.
as opposed to like you're finishing out the 50. Like your
And
peak
just-
is definitely far behind you.
Yeah. And just
terms of
child-
fitness.
childhood was just nice. I think.
Oh yeah, it's
Like-
fun.
There's different phases of childhood that I always like. I mean, for me, high school was fun,
Yeah,
and then I think elementary school was fun to an extent, and then I don't really have much memory up until the age of probably like 4.
I think that's usually how it is.
Yeah.
I think like the oldest thought or like memory that you have is around that,
Around that age.
I believe it's around like 3 or 4 or something. I could be totally off, but I think it is around there.
Yeah. I mean, what's your first memory? What age? And what about you guys? What time did you guys? What's your earliest memory?
I have a few like old memories, but yeah, I would have been around that age as well. I think.
Around 3, 4.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I can't lie to my earliest memory. I've said it before.
Actually, I have one, but go ahead, keep going.
Is whenever we were at the house on Lindsay,
Uh-huh.
and I think this is literally the earliest memory. I was probably like 4 or 3, and I remember you trying to drown me in a kiddie pool.
This man's lying.
Swear,
Probably saw. Okay,
this man had me.
it's not that I was trying to drown him.
was trying to make me drink the water,
We
I
were
guess.
kids and just being stupid, but and you saw that on a video, on a home video. I don't think you
no, I
remembered
experienced.
it.
No, I remember like
I think you remember. I think it maybe
I
like
remember my hand like in the air. I'm like, oh,
I don't know
making
about
some
that. I
noise.
think he's lying. Actually, I do have an older
But
memory.
we were kids, so it's not like, hey, I'm not like bashing you. I'm just saying like
No, I know.
my earliest memory.
Trying to kill him.
And the first time.
He's trying to be the only kid again. No, but actually, I was telling Mary this the other day. We were talking about our oldest memory, and I told her my oldest memory because I was
Which
actually
is?
sitting there thinking, huh?
Which is
And it's more of a dream or a feeling, and it's kind of odd. It's gonna sound super crazy when I say it, honestly. So I'm not a religious person. I mean, I grew up religious, grew up in a Catholic, in the Catholic church. We did like altar boys and stuff like that. Like we were the altar boys. We weren't doing altar boys. We did the whole altar boy thing. Anyways, yeah. So we had baptism, communion. What's the one when you get like?
you're close to it. Come on, con.
Oh yeah, your confirmation. We did that
go.
confirmation.
Smart boy.
And so we did all that. So I'm just not really religious. But my oldest memory, and again, I was telling Mary this a few weeks back, is like a big white being. When I say white, I mean like cloud or like, like a shroud of mystique. You know what I mean? Like a light. You know what I mean? When I say white, I mean like
Oh,
a
yeah,
light.
light behind your left shoulder.
Yeah, like just more like, you know what I mean?
And what do you think that light meant?
I'm not saying white in terms of like a color, white in terms of a
Brightness.
feeling, right? And so it was like a
purity?
man. Yeah, it was like a man, like shroud in this whiteness, right? This pureness or whatever.
Like a presence, yeah.
Yeah, like a more like a presence, and it was like a river type thing, right? And it was like I was pulled out of like a big old pocket and like let down into like a sea, like a little river thing,
You started flowing down the river?
and then I was born.
That's what you remember?
I think that's my oldest memory.
And you think you came from monkeys with evolution?
It could just be. It could have just been a really old dream that I remember. You know what I mean? But that's like, for some reason, that's like one of my oldest memories. Is something like that. If you have that same exact dream, then
Let
there
him
might be
know.
something.
Y'all can talk about
That might
it.
be something. But no, yeah, yeah, it was just like huge. I mean, if you think about God, you would think
Like
huge in
infinite,
size.
yeah.
Like when you
Infinite, like
when
no
you-
measurement.
Yeah, when you think about him in terms of like comparison, like he's so great. You know what I mean? You're so
you
small
can't compare it, basically.
in comparison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just a huge figure, and it was like trying to think like a jacket type thing, like a pullover sweater, not a pullover, but like
a
a
robe?
kind of like a robe. Yeah, more like a robe.
Honestly, this sounds just like God.
And it was like
you had an interaction with God. He pulled you out
and
his
he-
pocket and was like,
and it was like he pulled like
Oh,
there was
yeah.
more people in there, like more
for real?
beings, right? And he went and scooped me out like this, and he like let me into like this little river.
He ain't scoop you out like that. He went like this, boy.
No, it was
Stop
like this.
playing.
It was like this. I remember it. It was like scooping.
It was gentle.
Yeah, it was just like a
He
scoop.
let you down. Did he say
And he
anything?
let
Any
me in.
words?
No, it was just
Just action. Just
just boom, and you're like in the river, and then I was born.
that's what's up, man.
That's my
That's-
oldest, one of
that's
my
a
oldest
good
memory, I
memory.
think. I don't know. It's really odd,
Yeah,
but
'cause
no.
I mean, I'm a believer in a creator for multiple reasons. Like you're talking about how just now you're saying about like God is who's so big. Like for me, when I think of God, like I don't think of him in terms of like being able to be like us to an extent. Like I think he exists outside of like solid liquids and gases. And he's outside of like the past, present, and future. Like
Yeah.
he's outside of like length, width, and height. Like he's outside of all those trinities to an extent. You know? Like,
Yeah, like
he can't be a part of it because he created it. Like
Yeah.
he has to exist outside of it. So
yeah.
like, yeah,
That
I
makes
don't know. I don't know.
sense.
The one reason, well, I have multiple reasons, but this one particular reason. This is every once in a while I'll pray and I'll like talk to God. I'm like, hey God, like allow me to, inform others of why you are real to an extent, and He'd give me different, answers that I came to an extent. But the one that I would say, or maybe it's my own intuition saying it, is that like if I live my life and say I have me right here and there's another person right here to my right, and this guy is, I'm not gonna say any, I'm gonna say Bob. No hate you Bob's out there or anything. Basically, say Bob, he's a killer. He kills like intentionally, like he's a killer and a rapist. You know?
I'm laughing at the killer part.
Yeah, I'm saying there are people out there who like genuinely like they do that, like they seek that, they want to kill. You know what I'm saying? Like their intentions are just so like evil. Like
Yeah.
you're talking about like this being you saw was like just it was pure like white presence. Like there are people out there who have the complete opposite. This is just how it is, 50-50, like ups and down, whatever. But if we were both to die and I killed nobody, yeah, I know to an extent like all sins are equal. But if this guy like intentionally just sins and like is not, there's no sorrow there, then I feel like he shouldn't just have a like as they say RIP, he shouldn't have a restful sleep. I feel like he should, I mean, I'm not a judger or condemner or anything like that, but I would hope that if somebody was to kill like a family member, and they don't repent, they should suffer something afterlife to an extent. So that's why I believe in like a creator. It's also, like a creator. Like you have your veins in your arm, like the lightning in the sky, like the tree, the trunk, the veins of a tree. What's it called? the roots.
Yeah.
Like they're all so similar. You know, like the
Yeah, I mean,
being,
there's
the
a lot
tree,
of
that
similarities in nature with a lot of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, we grew up in the church. Now, Jonathan, he's still more into it. But yeah, I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not an atheist. I'd say I'm more agnostic than anything. And I don't know. I think it's cool to believe in something, and I think I think it's good because you can find like peace in that. You know what I mean? And like I don't know. I think I would want to do that. It's just my brain doesn't allow it. Like I think too logical for a lot of stuff, and I think too much from like a science perspective. But
Science to me is just hard to believe.
you said science what?
It's just hard to believe. Like how?
I think
Like,
it's just
what test measures that the Earth is. This is a
there's a lot of stuff out there.
a light, but they say it's 300 billion years old or 100 billion. Let's just say it's 1 million years old. Now that's a fraction of what the science says.
Yeah.
Like, what test measures that the fossils?
I mean, there's
or
a
whatever,
lot of stuff.
and what test test those tests? Like, how do you know those tests are legit? Like,
Yeah, you can do things that you know the actual age of. I think what it is I think the correct test that you're speaking of is like carbon dating. I believe that's the correct term. If I'm wrong, someone correct me. But yeah, so it measures or counts. I don't know the exact thing, but like the carbon in something, and then if there's X amount of carbon, it's able to date back a certain amount of years or something along those lines. I don't know. I've never looked into it. It's just something I remember. But yeah, I mean, the thing that's cool about science is it can be proven or it can be disproven. Typically, all right. I mean, there's some things I think that there's obviously still not enough information on or knowledge or mainly just knowledge. We don't have it.
yeah, we'll never have it. It's part of life. We'll never
I mean,
have it.
maybe not. I mean,
Another
society
part
and humans
is-
could evolve and keep going and
Yeah,
learn
it's like
more.
evolving. Like, what? So you believe like the Big Bang?
Yeah.
And for me, it's just hard to believe.
I mean,
like,
but the thing is too, from a Christian perspective, you can still believe in all that science stuff. You can still believe in God and Him creating, while also believing the Earth is millions of years old and believing the Big Bang and believing in evolution. You can still do both, right? You don't have to.
I believe
you
in
don't
I
have to-
believe in the Big Bang in terms of like God spoke and there was light, but I don't believe in Big Bang as like there was an explosion, and then from that, like all these different creatures of life came
Mhm.
about. Like that's for me, that's hard. And then even in depth, like where like that creation explosion was able to not only create all the animals, like all the oceans and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, but then also to create like complex humans like you and I to have like power over animals and stuff like that, and to think deeply and form languages, and then to reproduce to then live on. Like,
I mean, it's crazy,
wild.
but it's life. I mean, it's just
yeah, it's life.
it's like you said, it's millions of years like of time, right? So
Mhm.
just think about you on an individual scale. You know what I mean? Like how much you're able to learn. You know what I mean? And navigate life, right? And that's just your one life over one small period of time.
Yeah, like a 0.0001 fraction of life. It's
Of
even,
the life of the earth,
of
is
the-
what I'm
yeah,
saying,
that's
or
what I'm
life
saying.
of humans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like add all that consciousness up and add all that knowledge up over the course of thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah,
You know
what
what I
you said
mean?
it actually made me think maybe be even more of a believer. Like that consciousness is already there. Like
Yeah.
consciousness in God.
I know. I know. I've read theories and different stuff of like the Bible and like people putting like dinosaurs and other animals like that in the Bible in terms of like interpreting it. You know what I mean? I can't remember like the exact theories, but it's just theories that fit in evolution and dinosaurs and all this other science-based stuff into the Bible in a way. Because I think the Bible, I haven't read any of it in a while. Last time I read it was actually I had a course in college. But anyways, it was like the Bible says the Earth is like a few thousand years
it's
old.
like 8 or 9,000 years.
Like definitely not like what science says.
Yeah, yeah,
But essentially, like
that's 8,000.
one of the theories is like the time, right? Because time is just what is time? It's just a
It depends
human.
on who you ask,
a
but for
hu-
me,
yeah.
time is nothing.
So saying
But then again,
it's a
time is
human
everything.
construct, right? It's just what time is what you say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like one of the theories is the time that the Bible goes through, right? It could be like their 1 year, right? Could be 100 years as we know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when you say, oh, that Earth is only 8,000 years old, right? And you say dinosaurs are here 8 million years ago, right? It's just you can think about it from a different scale. You know what I mean? Like the theory. That's what the theory is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I understand the theory.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I
so,
don't know if I explained that, if it made
no, I
sense.
understood it. It's just
Which I think is cool, like just being able to like believe in those at the same time.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's yeah.
Life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Life is
I mean,
is what you want it to be. You know, simple as that. And yeah,
I don't know. I just think science is cool, and like I said, I think religion's pretty neat as well.
yeah. I
I
think
mean,
they're both cool.
even you don't have to believe in something to like respect it. You know what I mean, or to like appreciate it. I don't know. Like I think it's so weird when like there's people who like try to be so edgy and like talk about people who believe in God or believe in like, you know what I mean,
Well, are
something
those
like
who not
that.
believe in God,
Say again.
and the vice versa, like those who don't believe in God.
What do you mean?
Like you're about to say you're talking about how people talk about God, people who do talk about God, and those same people then talk about
No,
people who don't talk about God.
honestly, you're confusing me, so I'm just gonna go back to what I'm saying. I'm
Go to
gonna
your thought,
clarify
bro.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's just weird and cringy when people discredit people who do believe in God
Mm-hmm.
and do believe in the church or whatever, right? Like it doesn't really hurt anyone to let them believe in what they want to believe in. You know what I mean? I guess it can in certain aspects of life. That's the whole, separation of church and state in the US and anyways, all that. So I guess religion could hurt. But again, my point is it's just
It,
weird when people try to talk down on people for believing and whatnot.
yeah, I agree with that.
There's a baby crying. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really loud from me right now.
Yeah, but
Um. Anyways, yeah, but it seems it's even like just to add on to that, it's so odd that like it's okay. Again, I'm agnostic. I mean, I don't really have a bias. I guess there could be some bias that I'm like thinking that isn't there that it may be there, but like it's okay like in the world and especially in the U.S. now to like shit on Christians, right? And like say all this stuff and like no one like no one cares. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't care. But then you go and you say something about other religions and there's some same people that were shitting on Christians will, try to crucify you for talking about another religion. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like it's okay to talk bad about Christians when and it's they think it's okay to talk bad about Christians and they think you're wrong if you decide to talk bad about, Islam. Like if you're gonna be like a religious hater, you should probably keep it. Yeah, you should probably, keep it fair, I would think. Like say if you're going to hate on Christians for believing in God and like, whatever you want to say about them, then you should probably be consistent. You know what I mean? Don't just say, "Oh, Christians are this." Like every religion has its faults. And I mean, at the end of the day, they're all the same in terms of they have to have a belief. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. I think it's just weird when people like try to talk about Christians and then they don't.
Yeah,
They don't have that same energy for other religions. Like they're scared, or they think it's a politically incorrect thing to say. If they talk about someone who's not Christian, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Honestly, when I see people hate on Christianity, it makes me that much more of a believer in terms of like there is a creator, not in terms of like me going out and like living by God's word, because
Yeah,
we're all sinners. I think, well, we are. You know what I'm saying? Everyone sins. Like there's a moral code, whether you like it or not. Like as an individual, we know what is right and wrong. Like taking it outside of religion, like you get feelings, like intuitions, like you talk about your gut feeling and whatnot. Like if you do something wrong, or even if you're in a room chilling, and so you can sense somebody else, like you can sense their, as we call it now, a vibe. Like you can sense their energy. Like it's, yeah, I don't know. Religion and life and science, they all go hand in hand.
yeah,
That I believe that.
yeah. They
And
definitely do.
and also we talk about like Christianity getting hate, like I getting crapped on basically. And I said makes me more of a believer. It is wild that like you said that people will talk crap about Christianity, and then whenever you say something about like Islam or any other topic. Like they get so offended by it. Like people are just so
Yeah.
sensitive nowadays. Like honestly, a lot of times, I mean, you have conversations. You're like, I can't believe he's saying that. Like, but
Who, me?
yeah,
Talking about on here or
yeah,
just
on
in
here,
life?
on here, and the fact that we're having this conversation, like, you might not think it's as controversial.
Well, no,
but
my thing
it
is
is to an extent. You know what I'm saying?
okay. I'm not too worried about conspiracy stuff. My thing is I don't want you saying anything that some people would want to harm people for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also like as far as getting you in trouble with, you know,
Work or
people.
potential work.
Yeah. That's kind of when I'm like, okay, I try to reel him in. If I think he's gonna go somewhere, I try to, just reel him in and make sure he doesn't. But something like this, like, I mean, I don't think there's an issue talking about religion. I mean, yeah, it can. If you're talking to some people, it can get kind of crazy. Like people, just like with a lot of topics nowadays, people like to get upset about certain things. But I don't think talking about religion is
like a taboo.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it can be. It just depends.
It depends on who you're talking to and how you're talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy actually. Now that we're talking about this, the Iran, they have like the whole thing going on right now. Have you seen any of that? It was I don't know. I haven't read too much into it, but it was a female. I think she wouldn't put on her. I don't know the correct terminology. I know there's different ones that cover different lengths and stuff.
I was about to say something, but I don't want to say it wrong. Is it hijab?
Hijab, yeah, okay, that's hijab is I think one of them. Okay. I think there's different ones. So like one is like, again, I don't know any of them, but like it'll be their face and then it'll go here.
Yeah.
And they have some that'll be like just their eyes, and then I think it's like to their ankles. There's different versions and they have different names. But yeah, I guess the female didn't want to put hers on, her hijab or something on.
And they beat her?
And she died. They killed her. They did kill her.
That's crazy. I honestly would just taking it to the extreme, and that's crazy.
No, yeah, so she died, essentially. I don't remember the specifics in terms
of what it was.
And it might be due to the religion. No, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly what it is. Like Christianity, like if women do something, you're supposed to stone them, and like
that's Old Testament stuff.
Old Testament stuff.
And then
the Quran, like if women do, even I think it's honestly more so for women, but
yeah, both have their own things
in this day and age.
But yeah, so yeah, they beat her to death. Maybe I don't know. She died for sure. And so now Iran has like a bunch of protests going on right now. I mean, it's crazy. If you look at the videos online, like they're setting things on fire. You have the women on the street. None of them have the hijabs on. I don't know like Iran how like their laws and all their stuff is like if you have to have it on at all times.
I'm pretty sure certain cities are like that. Yeah,
I think they might have to always have. Anyways, none of them wearing it. They're burning stuff in the streets. I saw some of them like are shaving their heads, like some of the females are shaving their heads in the street. It's pretty crazy, and it's even more crazy when you look back at Iran. I think in the 70s, I think it was the 70s or the 80s, something like that. I don't remember, but the clothes that they wore were just like the clothes in the States. Like they kind of
went back.
I don't want to say regress, but they have regressed in terms of a lot of things, really. You know what I mean? So they just wore normal things, what we deem normal. You know what I mean? Just jeans and blouses and shirts and like ribbons in their hair, stuff like that. And then I think I don't know if
ever since ISIS,
I don't know if I'm not sure, but I think it's the Iranian Revolution or something like that. Okay. That may be the thing. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they came as a society and everyone had to start wearing the hijabs, and they became a lot more conservative and everything. And now they're trying to, this female was killed, murdered, and everyone is like protesting essentially. Yeah,
as they should.
Yeah, definitely.
That's from our perspective. Like, we're not.
I mean, what do you mean from our perspective?
Like, if lady got murdered because of like their upbringing, like their religion, like in their eyes, it might be just as to what she did wrong. We don't know what she did wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
it could have been her covering as well.
Even in there,
something else. Maybe she.
I think that's what it was. But either way, even in their eyes, because they're obviously everyone's revolting and everyone's protesting. So even in their eyes, they thought
from the sounds of what you said, it's a majority of women protesting.
No, it's both women and men.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's God bless her. You know,
I mean, that's for me. That's the one part of like religion. Like I was saying, if you're gonna say, if you're gonna, what's the word? If you're gonna cannot think of the word right now. What is it when you're like judging something?
Condemning.
Not condemning.
Why you laugh?
I don't know. Basically, if you're, I can't think of the word I want to
Just
say.
define it with words.
If you like to judge something, if you're gonna critique something, right? If you're gonna critique religions, like I was saying earlier, don't just do it to one, right? Christianity has its faults, as does Islam, as you know, many other religions. I'm just saying those two because they're the biggest ones. You have Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Those are the biggest.
Buddhism.
I just was saying the biggest three. Judaism.
Judaism bigger than Buddhism?
Yes, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Anyways, biggest three. You know, you might as well critique all of them equally.
Yeah.
But again, in the States, it's usually only Christianity. If you critique the other two, it's like you're something. You know what I mean? You're a right winger, or you're a
hypocrite.
Not a hypocrite. I'm just saying, like, people think the only people in the States that are Christians are, like, I don't know. It seems like now Christianity is associated with being a Republican. You know what I mean? Which is not really a good thing nowadays with everything that's going on.
And honestly, I think they're probably pushing it towards that to make people be separated, to separate religion, to separate people from believing in religion.
I mean, that could be a thing too.
Yes, honestly, for me, everything in life is about divide and conquer. Like,
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's how everything is.
And then maybe like in 20 years' time, they'll probably say, like, Republicans, and they'll probably try to take away from Republicans, saying, oh, if you're a Christian, you're just alone. You don't belong to anybody.
Yeah.
You're just
outsider.
You belong to God.
Yeah, you're an outsider.
I mean, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like, you're talking about how, like, you have, your first memory is like God, or
a being. Yeah.
A pure being. You know,
again, it could have just been my oldest dream, obviously.
Yeah. But like, I've always thought that in my lifetime, like, Jesus would return, and it would be like war on earth, like. And the way that in the book of Revelation it said is like, when Jesus comes, before he comes, there's what's it called when everyone goes up? The rapture.
Yeah.
And he takes everybody. I feel and from my thoughts, I'm gonna not be included in the rapture, because God needs soldiers here on earth to like lead people who are like in the middle to an extent, like not truly believers and not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Just to help guide who you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I've thought for the longest in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know. People struggle with everything, you know, with certain things in life, you know, and the way you said earlier, oh, obvious Christian and whatnot. Like, I am a believer, but like sometimes, like, just being honest, like, I question my own belief. Like, should I believe, or why do I believe, and things of that sort.
That's how I think that's how it is with anything in life. You like certain things happen or whatever, and you question your beliefs, whatever they may be.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just from like a religious perspective, but from like anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You question if you're working the job that you should be working. You question if
you're working hard enough.
Yeah, you question literally everything and anything. Yeah. It's always easy to question things in life, especially when you feel like they're not really working out. But
the only reason why I said that was just because about like, yeah, life throws curveballs at you, and you have to, you know, take it how it comes. And at the end of the day, like, your core belief, your core being, like, will always stand firm. So if you are a believer, you know what I'm saying, and you want to believe, then, you know, just keep believing and keep trusting the Lord. And if you're not a believer and you want to believe, you know, then have a conversation with God. Like, he's always there. Talk to him. And if you're not a believer and you don't want to believe, then God still got you. Like, he got us all, and he'll make himself be known to you when the time is right. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, everyone, like, you have all these people arguing about which God is right, who's the right God. By the end of the day,
you believe in aliens?
Aliens.
Yeah.
I believe there's other beings in the universe. Yeah.
Do you believe there's multiple gods?
I don't believe in it. I'm agnostic, I said, so
Okay.
I don't believe in anything.
Okay. Yeah, you're or
So I couldn't believe in multiple.
Well, I believe in multiple gods to an extent.
Well, then you can't be a Christian then.
You can.
How? Christianity is one God.
No, he is the God. He is our God.
Yeah, but there can't be no.
Okay, I think that's like the third or fourth law in the Ten Commandments. It's like you shall believe in no other gods before me.
Correct. So how can there be other gods if he's the only God?
Well, if you believe in aliens, you can believe there's other creators who created those aliens, and those are other.
Correct. So you can believe in a God and you can be religious, but you can't really claim to be a Christian. Is what I'm saying.
I think you can.
How? In Christianity, it's supposed to be one God.
Yeah.
So how can you
one
go
God
back and
is
say
the
there's more
one
than
that we
one
look
God?
up to, the God that in our image?
What are you saying? I don't get it.
What I'm saying is there's multiple gods, and our God, the one who created us, is our creator,
Yeah.
right? And
But in the
there might be other gods who created other species, like aliens. I was
no,
saying.
no.
It's just
I don't know.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
it comes
I
down
get
to
what
like,
you're saying. Yes, but again, from a Christian perspective, that's not even possible because God
think it
created
is.
the heavens and the earth, the heavens and the earth and the universe, right?
Yeah.
According to Christianity. So there can't be more gods.
Okay.
This
Well,
is-
I don't know.
That's I have a homework assignment for you. That's it. Just
honestly, I'm done with homework.
just look into that.
I've done enough school my whole life, man.
No, you can do some more. So yeah,
I went through elementary school, middle school, high school, undergrad, graduate school. All that. I'm done. No homework.
Anyways, yeah. So you can't have multiple gods. Now in Hinduism, they have multiple gods, and they have gods for different things. There's a lot of religions that have multiple gods for different stuff.
I like
But
Hindus.
in Christianity, no, it's one God.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, I just know a lot about Christianity because we
Only
grew up
reason why
in
I
the
said
church.
that is because in the Ten Commandments it says like I am.
I get what you're saying. He's the
guy.
top God, and
Yeah.
there's possibility to have lower
And we
gods.
don't know for sure.
Correct, but
Yeah, so
again,
that's just a
according to
thought that I have.
Christianity, there's only the one. So, yeah,
Is that really
yeah.
the case?
Look it up later. I mean, I don't know.
I'll probably look.
I'm
into
not a
it
Christian,
later.
so I can't say for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah. What was I? I was about to say? Oh, but yeah, I do believe in aliens because the thing is, this is really cool. Actually, this is something I would look into because I'm not going to explain it correctly and I'm not going to go as in depth as it deserves. But there's like a theory. I don't know the name of the theory, but it's like as far as there are other beings out there, right? And why haven't they communicated to us, right? And the theory goes is
They have.
there's the first one is there's no one else. It's just us. We're alone in the universe, right? That's the one part. The other part is there are other people. They just don't have the technology similar to us. We don't have the technology to communicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's the other one. It's like they're just watching us, right? Just seeing us for whatever reasons.
Observing.
Yeah, they're just observing them. Actually, I think that's actually the correct word for this one. They're called the observers. I think they all have different names. I think that one is the observers. And then you have maybe like the conquerors. Now that you say that, it makes me think about it, but I can't remember. But it's like there are other beings out there waiting to conquer us. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's pretty cool.
They ain't trying to pull
There's
up
like
here.
there's like a whole thing about it. I mean, they would
not to the U.S. at least.
I don't know. It's pretty crazy because like when you think about like in terms of the Earth scale, you have different, think about a long time ago, right? You have different tribes fighting with each other, and then you have different regions, and then you have different countries, right? So then assuming, thousands of years, we're able to communicate with others, we'll be fighting on a planetary scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Could
you
be.
would think, right? Assuming governments would know stuff like that, or they did, or whatever. Even the fact that the possibility is there, that you would want them to unite, like you would want governments to unite.
Well, I
think
that's actually happening.
And get science to a point
United
where
Nations.
if we do encounter other beings
We're ready.
and there is a need for war, right? Then it would be possible. Because as of now, the Earth, humans, we get dunked on.
we get
There's no. I mean, I don't.
nuts in the face. Don't.
Like I don't know. It'd be crazy.
You kind of made me think over here about Naruto for a second. Whenever all the Fire Nation. That's not. I want her next one,
You're
Avatar.
talking about Avatar, yeah.
Not
You're talking about the Great War.
the Great War.
The Great
What?
Ninja War.
What?
The
Yeah,
third
the Great
Ninja War? Or is it the second? I think it's the third.
the Third Great Ninja War,
Yeah.
and all the
All the different
They get-
villages are fighting.
all the villages they come together
Yeah.
to fight the
Ten Tails.
Madara.
Madara and
Yeah.
Obito.
What was their alliance called? Like the Great Nation Alliance.
The
Or something like that?
Shinobi Alliance.
Yeah, Shinobi Alliance. Made me think of that. Like you were talking about.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
that's
we're gonna
basically
have to
how it'd
have-
be. That's kind of how it would be if that was like a thing. You know what I mean? If
That'd
it
be
was possible.
wild.
Like
If that
dude, that I like that arc. The whole like the third.
I love Naruto. Honestly, behind Dragon Ball Z, Naruto's my
Yeah,
second. favorite.
Naruto's pretty good. I really like it. The Pain arc is really good. It's one of my favorites. I remember binging that arc like hours. Like I watched it into the morning and the next day. Like I just would not stop. I watched the whole arc all the way through.
I think the reason why I like it is because like as Dragon Ball Z, like you saw Naruto like at a young age and then
Mhm.
grow up and experience life. You know what I'm saying? Like I like animes like that.
The first part though is better. Naruto, I think Naruto is better than Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah,
Shippuden, whatever the fuck.
it's Shippuden. I was about to say, don't you dare say Shippuden. If you say Shippuden, you.
I don't know why I was thinking that Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah. There's so many
I-
comments. Losers saying Shippuden.
I don't know why I just went blank.
Clip that.
Anyways, yeah, I think the first part is way better. Just
Yeah.
regular Naruto, like
Yeah,
when
him, like, getting-
Orochimaru first came and they did the reanimation with the first Hokage and the second Hokage,
Yeah.
and then they tried to do the fourth Hokage. I think, or did it? I don't know. Actually, no, you couldn't technically do the reanimation with the fourth Hokage because the Soul Reaper or whatever had his soul, so he shouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
All right. Well, there's 3 things I want to talk about real quick. The first one is life. Second one is Twitch, and third one is soccer. So the first thing about
Go ahead.
life is life's what you make it, and you only got one life, so you better live it right. You know. And there's a quote by Winnie the Pooh that says, "One day we'll die, but every other day you'll live. So you better
Winnie
live."
the Pooh said that.
Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. It was one of them.
That just sounds very.
Winnie the Pooh said, "Well, it was Piglet, or
I can't
it was
imagine them
Ch-
saying
it was
death.
Charlie. It was Charlie, because he's the guy." Charlie said, "Winnie, one day we'll die," and Winnie the Pooh was like, "Yes, but every other day we live." So
I don't remember. I mean, yeah, I believe
so
you, but I
live.
don't.
And actually, as I'm saying that, I see Winnie the Pooh up there.
I know I was about to say I bought it. We went to Orlando or Disney, whatever it was, a few weeks ago, and I got that.
Yeah. And the second thing is Twitch.
I used to love Winnie the Pooh when I was a kid, bro.
Yeah, same here. I got a Winnie the Pooh thing in my
I just
room.
remember him eating the honey. I was like, that shit looks good. And now that I'm an adult, will I actually kill some honey? I'd just be.
So I actually was gonna. I meant to write it down to write like what exactly Twitch is, because I'm pretty sure some people out there do know it.
Everyone,
some people out
yeah,
there
everyone knows what
know
Twitch
it.
is. It's just a video streaming service
Okay.
or platform.
Yeah, platform. I need to honestly get onto Twitch and you know, become more familiar with it and potentially use it. You know what I'm saying? Just to.
For
I don't even know.
okay,
Cause I was talking to TG and JG the other day, and they were talking about. They said TG was like talk about Twitch, and then JG was talking about life. That was their 2 recommendations.
when was this?
Like 2 days ago, yesterday, something like that.
Fuck you, Tyler. I called this man twice, I think, in the past week, and he has not called me back or answered.
For real? Well, I actually called JG, and he answered, and then he went and showed Tyler. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about them. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. But the third thing is about soccer, real quick. We had our last game, Middle Georgia. We lost to Kaiser, the number 1 team in the country. It wasn't a good result, but we're going with the flow. We start on Saturday. We have our first conference game against Life University, and it's gonna be tough. But that's just how it is. You know, to be great, you have to overcome a lot of things, and overcoming teams such as Life, William Carey, Dalton State. There's several other, but yeah, I just want to every episode I'll talk about that just because that's what I'm doing in my life right now. I'm coaching. With all that being said, I also want to say I put on this shirt, Inter Milan. 2 things about this. This is the shirt that we won our Open League with about 2 years ago.
Is that the shirt we wore when we won that league?
Yep. Yeah, put it on. And I also put it on because Inter and AC Milan, they have a stadium in Italy called the San Siro.
Mhm.
It's the nation's like stadium, and after the 2026 World Olympics, they're demolishing the whole stadium, and it's like an iconic stadium. It's like it's the stadium of the country,
Yeah,
and they're just demolishing it to build a whole new one.
but I mean, it's probably gonna be called the same name, right?
No,
So, oh really?
it's a different name.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
probably some like
It's gonna be on the same
it's
premises.
probably gonna be like the Pirelli Stadium or something.
No,
I don't know.
they've already said that. They've already announced the name, but I just can't remember what it was. I should know what it is.
It's funny because in the States, like all the big football teams, NFL stuff, it's like, Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and like everywhere else. I can't think of any other ones right now, but yeah, they all have like their different sponsored
Yeah.
place.
They have like the now they have the crypto arena. That's for basketball.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
NFL, they have that new one where the Super Bowl was held at. What was it called?
I don't remember,
With the big old dang.
but that was it for Italy
The
though.
SoFi Stadium. Yeah, that's it for the Italy thing. Yeah, I just want to mention that real quick. Shout out to my football fans. Football is life. Yeah, actually, real quick, Ted Lasso. I talked about. You guys know him and his team are going to be in the next FIFA 2023.
That's weird. They
That's
probably
funny.
have the lowest stats.
They might, but I think it actually is a legit club. They just made like a show
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
you'll like it.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Fuck you.
I don't watch regular TV shows.
It's anime only.
I mean, I do. That's it. I just watch anime. I don't really care for regular TV shows. I watch movies once in a while too, but regular TV shows. Okay, I'll lie. I do watch regular TV shows very, very rarely. When it's like
Shows
really big.
such as, do you watch Stranger Things?
I was about to say Stranger Things,
Okay.
Ozark. I didn't watch the last 2 seasons of
You
Ozark.
didn't?
Though. No,
They all died.
it's fucking with me. First of all, second off, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Stranger Things, Ozark.
The Money Heist.
No, I'm trying to think of it.
It's
I
all
watched
Netflix
Grimm.
shows.
I watched Grimm not too long ago. I binged
The
that.
Queen's Gambit.
That's
a
yeah. I
movie.
watched the Queen's Gambit.
That's
That
a
was
good
a really good one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
watch things once in a while, but
Yeah,
like
you got to.
usually I just like,
Yeah.
There was another one I watched. I'm trying to think. That was similar to Grimm. Oh, the originals. I love that.
The originals.
It's like a vampire thing.
Oh, I never seen that.
Oh man, it's so good. I love it. If you've seen the originals, let me know.
Yeah, comment below.
Yeah,
What's your favorite
it's
character
pretty
in the
good,
originals?
honestly.
I have no idea anything about it.
Yeah, I like Klaus. It's my dude right there.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking I thought it was a girl, but I said, okay.
I'll tell you. So there's like some siblings. There's Klaus, Rebecca.
Why
so
say it like that for?
Because
That's
they're like English or like they have an English accent, and he's like, his sister's Rebecca. He's like he'll scream. He'll be like Rebecca. It's just funny. Anyways, Klaus, Rebecca. It's bad. I can't remember the other ones.
That's right. You
There's
named
like 2 other ones, I believe,
like main character type stuff.
but they're like the original vampires.
yeah.
And Klaus he's the younger brother. Anyways, he's just off the rails. He's crazy, but he's a really cool character.
One last question, real quick, before we end this thing off. If you could, would you make a film? Would you want to be like a film director? Like a director?
Yeah, why not? I just wouldn't know what I would do.
Yeah. The only reason why I asked that because I watch it Yes Theory sometimes. I saw they posted a video. I didn't watch it yet. They were talking about they made like a $1.25 million film. And personally, I've always wanted to be a filmmaker, like a lot of different categories of film. But one particular site or channel is called Omegle. Omegle.
Omegle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like there's like short films. I watch those every once in a while. Great films.
Wait, I thought it was I thought Omegle was like the it gives you random people and you go next. That's what Omegle is. I thought. Yeah.
It might no. Well, there's a lot of different words that have the same meaning but different
No, I don't
like,
know.
associated with different things.
Omegle is the name of the site.
Well, there's a YouTube channel called Omegle, one or the other. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I have to look it up. I don't know.
Omegle.
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
Just check it out later. You'll like
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like short films and like different like directors like they upload their films on there
Yeah.
and they get support like that. But I've always wanted to make a film and I don't really know what kind of film to make. Like it could be like a love story or like a heartbreak story or something like that. But maybe one day I'll make it. I just need some actors. So if you're trying to act, let me know.
You could do like some like real stuff though. It could be like a documentary film.
Yeah, I could honestly.
I think I would prefer to do something like that.
I want to make a documentary of what I'm gonna do in the future. And yeah, I've already talked about that. Honestly, for real, I need to stop playing with myself. I need to stop playing with the people around me. I need to just
Just gotta
put it out,
manifest everything.
manifest it for real, and just do it. Like what I want to do, honestly, is I'm trying to open up a professional soccer club, like a legit one.
So we'll
That
do so. How about like now? At the end of everyone, we have like a little closing message. I guess right now that you say it, it's made me think about we could do the closing message today is just manifest what you want.
okay, we'll
You
take
know,
that.
put
Put
put your goals and dreams into reality. You know,
yeah, write your goals down. Like write that down and put it in your pocket. And just whenever you reach your pocket, just read the goal. Like be conscious of what you really want. And if you don't know what you want, then you're really playing with yourself. Like you're not gonna progress. Simple as that. Like you ain't out there um thinking about what you need to do or what you want to do, then you're just gonna be passing with time. Like earlier, like time keeps ticking. Whether you're alive or dead, or whatever, like it's gonna keep moving. And if you're not aware of what you want, then one day there will be no more time. You'll be on your deathbed. You'll be like, what the fuck? I just lived 55, 75, hopefully 100, 105 years old or whatever it may be. But yeah, manifest your dreams, chase them, write down your goals, and most importantly, believe.
I like that. Well, I'm good. I don't have anything else. I don't know if hobbies.
One last thing, man. 1+1 is what? 2.
I don't-
Peace.
I don't know. Peace, y'all.